Hey everyone, today we're on the map Palace, and there's been kind of like huge updates with Lunar client since the last time I've talked about it, I guess. And the big thing is that they removed freelook, or they disabled it at least from the clients. I think it's still a mod, it's just like disabled, right? What is it called? Free? Yeah, look. You can't enable it. Okay, like why? Okay, anyway. So they removed freelook because it's one of the blacklisted modifications that Hypixel has on their rules thing, I guess. And it was a rule for a while, but I guess it was only recently. But only recently Hypixel decided to enforce that rule specifically, so Lunar client reacted to their enforcement and disabled freelook, because obviously if they kept freelook then they would not be within their guidelines. Why are people so strange, dude? Like, you're a high level 2. It's not like you're a noob that doesn't know any better. You're just strange. I don't know. Just play the game, dude. A lot of people were really mad about it, and they were saying how freelook is just a better F5. Like, it's basically the same thing. It's just better. And they were saying how it should be added back because it's not a big deal at all. And you know, I agree that it's really just not a big deal at all. But I don't agree with them saying, okay, so they're saying that freelook isn't a big deal, but then they're getting mad about freelook. So that kind of just implies that it is a big deal because they're getting so mad about it. So them being mad about it just kind of implies that it's such an essential feature to have. And even if it is such an essential feature, you can't really argue that it's an unfair advantage, because you can bridge and have a 360 view, which, you know, it sounds like, I mean, in my opinion, I don't think it's an essential mod for Bed Wars. I don't play Bed Wars to that extent. But I think, in my opinion, I don't think freelook is that important, but it still is like an unfair advantage technically, because you're able to bridge and you're looking at the same direction and you have like a 360 view, because when you're using perspective mod, you can only see where like your LOS. I mean, obviously you see more than just your LOS because you're in third person, but your LOS changes with where you're looking. So when you're bridging, you're still bridging and it's like basically automatic and you have like a 360 view, right? In that context, that's, you know, it's an unfair advantage. And a lot of Bed Wars people were pissed off, but I think personally a lot of more noobs were pissed off than actual good players. And I don't know, I don't main Bed Wars. I'm like level 180 or something, so I'm obviously like not that experienced at all. But I don't think it's a big deal. Okay, how did that guy finesse his way? He's back. Hello? I don't know if I was stuck in a block with the server lag. I mean, I know I was stuck in a block, but there's no way that impacted his KB, right? Also, it's like storming outside. There's like thunder and a bunch of rain. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear that, but I know I closed my window in the last video and you can still hear the cricket. So yeah, that was kind of lame. They also added this new mod, quality of life mod. It's not like freelook or anything, and it's basically just, it's called minimum view bobbing or minimal view bobbing. I think it's like in general, right? So yeah, so basically I didn't know what it meant when it said that it just decreases your view bobbing, like it only affects your hand, doesn't affect the world. I don't know what that meant, but basically what it means is when you're in F5 you're still straight. Like, it literally looks like you have view bobbing off when you're in F5, but your hand physically moves. And I think no one really cares about the world moving as they move. I think people that only use view bobbing just did it for the aesthetic. I mean, if you like the world moving with you, then obviously you can just turn off minimal view bobbing. But I think that the whole plan behind that was maybe for bridgers. Maybe it was kind of like a counteractive measure for removing freelook. It's like, hey, remove freelook, but we have this mod for bridgers, so, you know, don't be mad at us, right? And you know, it's completely, I think it's a good mod, or it's a good idea. Get off? Okay, oh my, he's so delayed. Okay, anyway. And I know Intel, he was talking about it on the stream, and he was saying how his idea with the modification that they made was when you're not sprinting, then your fist shouldn't move, and then when you're sprinting, that's when your fist moves. And he said that because when you're sprinting, or when you're bridging, you're not sprinting. Even if you like let go shift, you're not like sprinting because you're like, you know, holding S and stuff. But they didn't do that. They went with like I feel like their approach was way more complicated than it should have been, but I don't know if it really affects bridgers. I'm just assuming that's why they did it, and they're probably just, their audience is probably towards the Bedwars players because they kind of just anger them, which it isn't even, it's not Lunar Client's fault, it's Hypixel's fault, but yeah, anyway. So that happened. I was gonna make like an entire video about that, but then I'm like, I don't really care about that stuff that much. I could have just clickbaited it. The TNT tag mod, I made a video on it because that was actually a mod that I proposed to Jordan when he initially came out with the FOV mod. And their initial version of FOV mod was literally the same as Badline clients, and that means that it's when I used to use Badline client, they had the FOV mod first, and I didn't like it. And Lunar just basically had the same thing, so I'm like, okay, well, you guys should make it so you have the same FOV and it doesn't change with like your intervals of speed. And I told that to Jordan months ago. And then they added it, and then I'm like, okay, I didn't know if they added it. They just modified the mod again, so it had a lot of features. I thought he was trolling when he was like, hey, we added it, man. And I like, when I initially saw the FOV mod, I saw all the options and I was just like overwhelmed by how many small details there were to this mod. And I was like, dude, I just wanted something so simple. How are we gonna make it so complicated? But I guess maybe they had to make it complicated. I don't know. There's probably a bunch of combinations you can make with the FOV mod, but I experimented for like a couple minutes. And I found the settings that I wanted for what I requested of him, and it actually worked, and I actually still use it. So when people ask for my FOV, it's kind of conflicting because technically my FOV is default, but it's like default when I have speed 2. And that is 84 FOV, because when you have speed 2, your FOV increases by 14, I think. I know it's 10 something, but I don't know. I think it's 14. I've experimented with it. I've experimented a lot. I don't know why I'm saying it. I experimented a lot with it. And I came to the conclusion that 84 was the closest. I think 84 is the exact number. I could be wrong. I don't know. This person's laggy. They have like a maid skin. What is that? They're jumping. You got the low ground. I'm trying to get like a fadeaway hit, but it's just not working out. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't even looking at the time. I literally just crossed my fingers. I put my hand off my mouse and I just wished to God that there was like a second left. And I guess I was right. That's pure intuition, dude. That's pure TNT tag experience. That's pure evidence. Just the best player. You know what? I might just make this entire video about the Lunar client changes just for the sake of organization, and it's also just another video idea I'll just have saved so I can just make another video off of it, because the main reason why I don't upload videos is because I just don't have content, because it's summer and summer equals no school, and I can't really complain about things if there isn't school. I have a couple ideas which I think that were interesting, but obviously I'm gonna save them for like a separate video, but they're just things that I learned and I'm just gonna talk about it, I guess. It has nothing to do with Minecraft. It's just things that I thought was interesting, and I'm like hoping you guys think, okay, I'm like hyping it up, but it's really just not a big deal anyway. It's just like a TNT tag video anyway. The settings I have for the FOV mod are, I think, the ones that I asked for initially. I can't really think of anything else that I wanted. I think it's all good. I know if you have speed infinity or something, then the FOV mod doesn't work. Your FOV is just brain dead. It's like you're playing X-Run, but we got another person. Oh wait, that's the guy I killed last time. Okay, that makes sense. If he's punching me because I killed him, you know, that's the reasoning. What is that skin? Why does it look familiar? I thought it was, what's his name? Like Chris? Well, that's the actor's name. I don't know if was it Tim? Like the guy from Blue's Clues? The first narrator person dude guy. So fun fact, a lot of people thought that he left Blue's Clues because he was going to pursue his music career, because he was in fact also an artist, which makes sense because he would just sing with, was it a dog? Was Blue a dog? I don't even know. Like Blue was just an animal. I'm gonna just assume he's a dog, right? And so he was singing a lot, and so people just assumed that he left to pursue his music career. And the thing is, he actually left because he felt he got too old, and he just felt it was weird to act like a brother when he was getting really old, which, you know, makes sense. And I feel like that's a way better reason than pursuing your music career. Like, come on, dude, who cares about music, man? You're literally playing with a dog for a job. Like, it's god tier. I didn't know that until today, I guess. When I go, why did I search that up actually? Oh, I think it was like, okay, so there was like this meme on Twitter, and it was saying this is where my abandonment issues arose, and it was just showing him leaving. It was like the mini skit of him just leaving the show. Anyway, so fun as a kid, I don't know why I'm saying fun fact all the time. This isn't really fun. It's just a fact that people probably won't need to use for any job for any, I guess it's good for conversation. I mean, obviously, if you guys don't know how to make a conversation with anyone, you should just hit me up for advice because I'm a conversational genius. I actually have a lot of friends. And wait, this person's name is Aluka. Wait, is that how you spell it? Is that how you pronounce it? Aluka? No, it's 2 L's. I think it's 2 L's. No way, this person actually has a name. Is that how you spell it? Man, I'm about to go on my phone. I'm not about to tab out because my recording is going to be weird. So I'm going to just go on my phone. Oh, it is 2 L. Okay, it's 2 L's and 1 K. I was about to say, I would have been pissed if that guy had the correct name because it isn't even using the right skin with the name. Like, come on, dude. Oh my, wait. I'm botting out. Who's that name? Dude, when IGNs are capitalized, it just makes it so hard to read names. Oh god, they're emoting. Do my FPS? No, stop. So, I don't know if you guys think my FPS increased. No one really comments about this stuff. This is just things that I only care about. But my FPS, I think it's higher. It could also be because Lunar Client added a bunch of optimizations for their FPS and stuff. They added a thing where if you tab out, you get less FPS in the game. It's like locked onto 30 or 60, which is a very good feature because obviously if you're tabbed out, then you don't really care about your PC using all its power to make your Minecraft have 1000 FPS all the time, right? So it makes sense. A lot of games have that. I know Valorant has that. A lot of games really have it, right? I think it's called full screen optimizations and stuff. It's not really like an optimization for FPS. It's more like an eco-friendly optimization. It's just making your PC use less power than it needs to, right? And they also added memory optimizations. I know I was playing duels the other day and all of a sudden my game just started lagging out, and it was lagging out because I was using all of my memory, and I have a lot of RAM and I allocated a lot of RAM into my PC. You are definitely not laggy. Nope. That is not what you are. Oh my god, I whiffed. Oh, don't hit me. Okay, Russian dog. What's his name? Like Ivan. Is it Pavlov? Or is that a game? I think it's Pavlov, right? Is it Ivan or Isaac? Something with an I, and it's something Russian. I know it's about conditioning. He basically conditioned his dog to, what is it, salivate? Is that a word? It sounds correct. It's to salivate itself when he rang a bell, because essentially when the dog was hungry, he would ring a bell and then feed the dog. And then within a couple weeks of doing this routine, when he would ring the bell, the dog would immediately start salivating because the dog associated the bell with being given food, which made him salivate because that's what he did every time he was greeted with food and he's hungry. So that's like one of the first, I don't know if it's one of the first actually, but I know it's one of the most profound psychological experiments with conditioning, because whether you like it or not, we're all conditioned to do something. I'm an American, so I'm conditioned to be an idiot. You could be South Korean, you're conditioned to make no mistakes, otherwise you're gonna get prosecuted. Or is that China? I don't know, dude. Did you guys hear about China having restrictions for video gaming? I didn't really look that much into it. My friend just brought it up really briefly and I'm like, oh damn, what the heck, that's crazy. And then he was like, can't you just bypass it with the VPN? Which I don't know if that's true. I feel like it would be true, right? Because isn't that what you do? And then I was in my computer science course or class, and it was the first day and our teacher was like, or not teacher, professor, I guess. Professor sounds way more profound and intellectual. Anyway, so he was like, hey, just give a fun fact about yourself, say where you're from and all that stuff. So I don't know anything fun about me. I'm not about to say I play TNT Tag. That's just, I'm just gonna be like, what is that? I'm just gonna say I play virtual hot potato. That's just, I don't know. That's how you lose friends. Just saying that I play TNT Tag is not the popular route. Oh my god, this guy did the slab thing, or it was just lucky. I don't really see any slabs on this map, and I'm also kind of brain dead, so yeah, I'm gonna just assume they're gonna target them because he got finesse and he, you know, ego hurts. That's actually crazy. Okay, I don't want to give this guy the opportunity to run. I don't know if he knows how to do the slap thing, but that thing is actually brain dead. I need to find the video on how to do it again. I think Undefeated, did he make a video on it again? I think the first person that made it was the first. Wait, is this guy cheating? Yeah, man, that KB is sometimes you just don't take KB. Okay, yeah, they didn't do the slap thing. They're just cheating. Level 77 cheating. Nice. I don't want to get into an area where I get knocked. This place is actually ideal. No. No, dude. Why are you cheating with cosmetics? I almost finessed them actually, but if they didn't have question mark, don't cry. I'm just asking. What? I'm just asking, bro. Like, dude, if they didn't have anti-KB, if they only just did the blink thing, I would have actually finessed them, no cap. But I didn't think they would TP back there. I thought they were gonna TP like way back. It was way too fast. Anyway, whatever. We almost finessed them. That would have been a great title. Just using my sharingan to foreshadow. I mean, I did foreshadow their events. I just got finesse anyway. I just wasn't strong enough. My chakra was too low. What was I talking about, dude? Oh yeah, conversational genius. Oh yeah, so I was saying how I play video games, and then he brought up the thing in China, and then he was like, man, it would suck to live in China. And there was actually a person in our class that was from China, so it was kind of awkward. But I'm 18 anyway, so the rule wouldn't apply to me. But yeah, that rule, that's kind of brain dead. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna be today's video. If you enjoyed, thanks for enjoying. I should have just stayed at that place. I don't know why I tried running away, because, you know, they have reach or like an auto clicker or something. And I used to think that the 1.8 cooldown is a great thing for cheaters, because if they're auto clicking, then they're automatically clicking. So they're always going to get the cooldown. But obviously on vape and all that stuff, they have a they have a mod, or they have an option to turn off the cooldown, which makes a lot more sense now that I'm saying it out loud. I just didn't think. Some guy DM'd me on Twitter telling me to get vape just so I can play on Lunar client and not have the delay anymore. And I don't know what to say about that. I don't really think I'm about to buy vape. He said ask Left Boob about it, because he's friends with Yincrad and Manthe. Is that how you say their names? And they own Mining Club. And I don't know, I'm not really about to get vape, so I can just not have a cooldown and TNT tag. But if I didn't have the cooldown, I still lose anyway. I should have just stayed in the corner in this corner fought, but I just thought that I would just parkour them when they have reached. They probably couldn't be opt even if I did get away, so that was just brain dead. Whatever, that's gonna be today's video. If you enjoyed, thanks for enjoying, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.